Tony Durcan, defending the seat of Little Panrdon and Hare Street for Labour. Why are you standing again, Tony?
Well, why not? I believe passionately about my local community. I believe that we can work together to make a difference for the community. And I do think, as part of a community leadership, it's my responsibility to try to do the very best. So I'm invigorated and inspired by the local residents to want to keep working with them to make that difference.
I think in May or June of 2021, you were back out in your ward. I think you were with Chris Vince and knocking on doors. You'd lost the council and you were knocking on doors. Is that part of a sort of listening to find out why did we lose things and what do we need to hear?
Yeah, I think the difference between us, both myself, Chris Vince and Jean Clark, is that we go out doing the tour of doors every Saturday. Now, we may only knock on 20 or 30 doors every Saturday, but it's actually starting a conversation with people about what's good about living in Harlow, what can be improved in Harlow. So this is not just a 6-week run up to the election to try to get people to vote. This is a permanent long-term relationship with the local residents of Little Panrdon and Hare Street.
So what is coming up on the door?
Well, massively, the big issues are the international issues. The issues is the cost of living. It is absolutely, completely, utterly appalling about what is happening to our society, our community, about everything is going in the wrong direction. Costs, affordability, accessibility, it's just completely outrageous, and this government has completely lost the trust and faith of the local community and the wider country as a whole. The second big issue is the blatant lies that the Prime Minister Johnson keeps telling about Partygate. You know, Michael, I'm a nurse. I work alongside a lot of my people. We have been at the sharp end. We have seen families, friends having to make really, really painful decisions about choices, about end of life and all those particular issues. And to insult this country by pretending he wasn't at a party, or it wasn't a party, or it could have been a party but he didn't know, is absolutely callous, and it's lying, and he should be removed from the service. And unfortunately, at this moment in time, to call out our MP because he is supporting him on this issue, unacceptable. It does not show any credibility, and it does give us no confidence whatsoever that they are capable and able to sort out the cost of living crisis that Harlow is suffering now.
So when people say maybe we should move on from this, you'll say people had to not see their loved ones in houses, in hospitals and in cemeteries.
Well, I find it absolutely insulting. People are still suffering today with COVID. People are still suffering with the terms of long-term COVID. It hasn't gone away, it won't go away. And until we are prepared to own that and take lessons from that and ensure that our community is safe and secure, no, we shouldn't. We should be talking and listening and getting it resolved.
But as a local council, we mentioned the cost of living, and it clearly is biting. You know, what exactly can you do as a local councillor, and you're hoping to try and take back the council? What exactly can you do?
What we can do is we can speak up and we can speak out, very much like what I'm doing at this present time. We can actually support Keir Starmer, our leader, by saying that we need an emergency budget. People are suffering too much. They don't need to do this. And this isn't just people, this is about business as well. Me and Chris and Jean have been out, we've been talking to the local shopkeepers, the hairdressers, the dog groomers, everything. They are seeing the business declining because people are having to make very difficult and painful decisions about how they're going to spend their limited monies. Inflation is 7%. We know everything is going up, electricity, water, everything is. So anything that we can do to force this government to recognise their failures and put something in place is the right thing to do. So one voice supporting the local electorate in Little Panrdon and Hare Street is the best we can do, and we will continue to do that.
You're the shadow portfolio holder for Regeneration, that'd be correct, you should have. Do you not think that the Tories, since they took over May 21, have taken Harlow by the scruff of the neck and given it a roadmap, including things like the master plan and the town centre? Surely you must applaud that.
No, let's get this factually correct, Michael. What they are doing is just reinventing what we had already done. The roadmap was already there, it was planned. The strategic project board was already there, it was funded as it was planned. The council housing building was already there, and all they have done is rebranded it. So now, unfortunately, due to the very poor leadership of Harlow Council through the political bodies, they have suddenly made spin as though nothing was happening for this period of time, and within 10 months they have created this particular issue. It's an insult to Harlow, it's an insult to those hard-working and dedicated officers of the council. So no, it's about ownership, it's about responsibility, but it's not about lying. And unfortunately, that's what we have got. We have got a government that lies to people, we've got a council that lies to people, and we need to call it out.
Are there any other local issues that have come up that you'd like to reference?
Oh, absolutely. Behind us we've got Wych Elm, and we've got the huge building going there. Through the businesses, the local community, both myself and Chris, we were able to turn down a planning application to build a 14-storey block of flats, which is good for people. Behind us we've got the Princess Alexandra, and again we have been told that the funding has not been agreed for these particular issues. Why is that important? Because many of the people who are in my ward work in this place. It's the largest employment area, and absolutely we need certainty about the future of our hospital. And the lies that Robert Halfon and others have been telling us, that funding had been guaranteed and it was going to be built over the other side of the M11, has been found to be falsehoods. So we need to reset the agenda. We need to have a better, open and honest approach. Even the minister who came down the other week said the likelihood it would be 2030. Well, the hospital is working to 2028. So somebody is getting something seriously wrong. We've got other issues in the local ward, but actually, as the main employer, it's really important that we have a better conversation about this.
And are people actually knocking on the doors and the hospital behind you, they are genuinely saying, what is happening here?
Oh, absolutely. As I've already said, Michael, a lot of people have chosen to live in this ward because of its location to the largest employer. And these are doctors, nurses, cleaners, porters, the whole spectrum of the business behind us relies on our local community. And it's disrespectful to my residents that they are telling you one thing when they know it is nothing more than a blatant lie.
If you get, do you enjoy being a councillor? I think you do. You like getting stuck in. And do you enjoy it?
What I enjoy, Michael, is not the razzmatazz of full council. I don't enjoy the ridiculous and stupid comments that are made that are offensive and corroding to people's decency. I don't like what has happened to Eugenia Harvey and also what has happened to Nicky Pearce in the relation that we have been treated. I personally believe that this council is in a very dangerous and difficult place at the moment. It's too toxic. It is going back 20 years and we are starting to go into a failing council, which I think is the responsibility of the current leadership. What I do like, however, is I love conversations, talking, listening, engaging, and if we can help, that's a positive. But actually just being part of a community that bothers and cares is the thing that motivates me.